each other.
This one is called The Pants. Take 8.
Welcome to Funniest Thing with Darrell and Ed.
That's us.
Yes.
And today is a special episode because it's Christmas Eve and the radio station at Unity Village is closed.
So we broke into the middle school studios to record a very special episode of Funniest Thing.
That's right. And today's title is Give What You Have to Give.
Not because you have to give.
Give what you have to give, not because you have to give.
That's right. You want to go on and say a little bit about
Well,
this?
because we were very excited to discover how bad we feel when we feel we're obligated to give.
Yeah, and it actually cuts off the hose of the joy of inspired giving.
Yes, and we got a great reading from
Alan Cohen.
A Deep Breath of Life.
A Deep Breath of Life. Should we start with that then?
Yes.
Okay. Or are we going to do our breaths?
Oh, we got to do our breaths. We're not used to doing them live on camera in the studio.
Yeah, we're getting loose again. We got very dressed up for the occasion.
That's right. It's sort of like a Bing Crosby Christmas, Darrell and Ed style.
Yes.
A white Christmas.
Well, everyone's invited, actually.
You ready?
All right, so let's take one breath to clear our mind. Here we go. Everything's better in a Christmas sweater.
Everything's better in a Christmas sweater.
Everything's better in a Christmas sweater. All right, nice. Why don't you tell them what we just discovered about the word sweater?
We realized that the word sweater is actually called a sweater, meaning it's something you put on to sweat in.
Right.
And everyone during the holidays, Ed pointed out, watching their waistline.
The waistline.
It's called the waistline because
That's where all your waist is.
it's terrible when you think about words too much.
Anyway, so this is from Alan Cohen, A Deep Breath of Life. This is Darrell's copy. You can see it's been well read. It's all falling apart here.
That's right. We read these every morning.
That's right.
And we suggest you do the same. Start your day off with a morning routine. It doesn't have to be a lot of inspirational readings, but
Yes.
if you don't have 7 minutes in the morning to be kind to yourself, there's nothing Darrell and Ed can do to help you.
That's right.
But the good news is, and all the readings we talk about on our radio show,
Yes,
and even
yes.
today, you can find on goodreads.com/Darrell and Ed.
Correct, sir. And this one comes once again from A Deep Breath of Life by Alan Cohen, and it was from December 11th, and it was called Christmas Gold. We're just going to read a little piece of it,
Right.
and you can look at it in your own book for the rest. And he says, there is much more to the Christmas season than meets the eye. This is the time of year when the human race publicly acknowledges the presence of divinity. It is a time when angels are accepted as real and people sing openly in the streets. I was singing openly while I was surfing today, excuse me. It is a time when we are urged to reach beyond self-involvement and bring joy to others. It is a time when we take a respite from our worldly activities to remember the importance of friendship, family, and love.
Isn't it called a respite?
Respite. Respite. I don't know. Maybe our listeners know better than I do. I know respite. Okay. This year, honor the Christ in you by remaining at peace. If you never send one Christmas card, show up at one party, or give one present, but remain in love, you will give the greatest gift of all. As you go through your Christmas activities, be kind. That is all Jesus would care about. That is so good.
Yes. Once we take the pressure off, or I know when I take the pressure off having to give gifts, because I
Yes.
must give gifts, and because then I start thinking what people are going to think
Yes.
if I don't give them a gift, if they're giving me a
Yes.
gift. That's not really a joyful holiday.
No, then it becomes more like about the goal of getting through it. You know,
Yes.
like checking the things off my list. It's almost like I'm going to get punished if I don't give those gifts. I went through this with my wife the other day. We went shopping in the town where we live. We just took a walk to some of the stores, and man, I was so stressed out and just frustrated, and I was feeling snippy with everybody, or felt like being snippy with other people. And finally, we were in the store, and I just found a chair. I sat down. I called Darrell. I said, look, man, all this is going on in my head. It's hard to even think of what... And this was the worst part is, all of a sudden I'm like, I don't know what to get for anybody.
No, because it gets all bottled up in here.
And what about the money? And all that stuff. So then I sat down. I called Darrell. I just started looking around, sending love to the people in the store, just totally letting go of any agenda. And I started to relax, and I appreciated what my wife was doing in the store, and she was getting things. And then... all of a sudden I started to have some inspired ideas about some gifts I could get with people. Because in order for me to tap into what gifts, my brother's really good at gifts. He always gets stuff that's like perfect for the people, you know? And probably because he doesn't have the exact same worm that I do. Oh my God, what if I don't get the gifts?
Oh my God.
What bad thing's going to happen? But I started just thinking about the people I loved, and sure enough, one by one over the last few days, the ideas have come along and the gifts have come along, and now I feel really good because I do love being able to give people things. There's just a wonderful feeling about sharing something with somebody that I know that they're actually going to enjoy.
Right, and it doesn't have to be a big deal.
No.
You could draw a little something or make a little something.
True. Yes.
And sometimes that gives the biggest high.
Yeah. I like what Cohen said about staying the most important thing is to stay in a loving space. It sounds so simple, but like when the holiday stress comes on, it's super easy to forget about the loving component and just start. As anyone can attest in the holidays, if you're driving around in a parking lot trying to find a spot, when I get stressed out, man, I'm like a magnet. There's so much stress, But as soon as I relax, I say, of course, there's a lot of people. We're all here joyfully celebrating the holidays and getting gifts. Sure enough, this morning I rolled up. I had an idea for a gift. Sure enough, on a busy shopping day, the first spot right in front of where I needed to go opened up for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those little things, and they make a world of difference because sitting in a car, no one enjoys sitting in a car driving around a lot again and again. So when all of a sudden little synchronicities start happening, it makes a world of difference.
Well, speaking of letting go, this is a great one from Touchstones, which is also on our list, and it's from today, and it says... Celebration is a forgetting in order to remember, a forgetting of ego, of problems, of difficulties, a letting go. And that's by Matthew Fox. And then it goes on to say, this is a special day to set aside our work and our routines, to put our problems and burdens on the shelf. Mm-hmm. And the prayer is, today I will set my ego aside and let go of the usual things in my life in order to reach out to others and participate in celebration.
Yes.
And that means to just enjoy the day, let go of all these things I think I have to do. I was just talking to my brother who said he's relaxing today. And I said, yeah, well, today's a day off. It is a holiday, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But me and him both have this thing, like we feel like, it's hard to let go of our routine, even if it's not at work, like some chores at the house, before I can allow myself permission to just enjoy. And that's why these holidays are good, because it kind of, with the shopping and the preparing and having to be somewhere, forces me to, I don't have time to do my routine. I could leave the clothes unfolded.
Yeah.
I could just grab the gifts, jump in the car, and go to wherever we're going to go.
Yeah.
Or I'm preparing my house for people to come over.
Yeah.
So I'm not thinking about my usual routine, and there's freedom in that.
Yes.
There's a letting go in that. And then I start going, wow, why do I put all this pressure of routine on my everydays? I don't need to.
I was surfing this morning, and this was I've been off for a few days, and there's been no one in the water because most people are working. But today was the day a lot of people were off. The waves had kind of diminished a little, so a little bit less waves, more people. And at some point, I said hello to a guy, and he said, hello, and he was joyous. And then I said, oh, did you surf yesterday? And he said, yup, and the day before that too. But in my mind, I heard him make because I was kind of getting stressed about, am I going to get waves? I thought he was saying yeah, I was here the day before also. I'm a local or whatever. So, but I caught myself. I said, no. I'm not going to put that out. I'm not going to get caught up in that thought process. I'm I'm gonna look at
surfing enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna get more joyful myself right now. I gotta like stop taking all this stuff so seriously. So I started singing. What was it? It was Jingle Bells. It was like dashing through the snow on a one-horse open wave. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. And I started like singing about the guys around me, the guys sitting next to me.
Oh, well, they're there.
You can't wait for the next wave. And all of a sudden, everyone started laughing, and they said, "You can't stop now." So I started singing, and I started getting the few waves that came through. They would come right to me, and I was
Of
even
course.
letting other people have waves. But yeah, it was amazing because I got into the joyful spirit first. And the singing, I mean, the laughing nun over at the Pauline Books and Media.
That's right.
We thought her name was Sister Yvonne. Now we just call her the Laughing Nun. She gave me a great quote yesterday. And her and Sister Jennifer were so encouraging to Darrell and I to continue to do this show, to continue to remind people how important it is that to be joyful.
That's right.
And the Pope Francis is all about making sure that it's joyful, that that the joy is in the message. Otherwise, the message loses its life.
Yeah, he said it's legal to be happy.
That's right. And here's this quote that the Laughing Nun gave us yesterday, which was from Pope Francis, which says, "Let's not lose that joyous spirit, full of humor and even self-irony. That makes us likable even in difficult situations." Let's not lose the joyous spirit, full of humor and even self-irony, that makes us likable, even in difficult situations. That is huge for like Christmas parties where you're seeing family, friends, co-workers. And, we all love all those people, but it can also, like in the reading, we left that part out of Cohen. It can bring up stuff in all of us. So if we can laugh at ourselves and stay joyful and do it before you get to the party, you know what I'm saying? Before you go where you're going to go. Do a meditation or whatever. Do some inspired reading.
Yes.
Bless everyone in advance so that if your wormy mind starts going or someone else's does, you don't get caught up in it. The sooner the better. Before you ever get there, just keep sending love.
That's right. And if you start getting grumpy at the party, you could always see if you could be of service somehow.
That's
like help
key.
Picking up plates, doing something, because then my mind shifts.
Yeah.
And people start going, "Oh, wow, you're helping out." And then already it starts to move that energy.
Yeah.
So I start feeling positive again.
Right. Because the worst thing of the holidays is when it becomes about me. Like, what am I going to say to the people about what I've been doing? Did I give them enough? But by being of service, by carrying things, it's like you go back to being a human being, like you're carrying something here, you're polishing, whatever. People start coming up and talking to you. And it changes the whole thing. Yesterday in the Daily Word, which we read every week on our show. Some of you know, you hear the readings from the Daily Word. Yesterday was a good one about giving and receiving.
That's right.
And we're just going to read the Bible quote from that. But if you want to get the Daily Word to add to your morning routine or your daily reading, go to dailyword.com.
That's right.
Dailyword.com, and it's like $19.95 for the digital, for the email, and the paper, right?
That's right. The one they'll mail it to your house. You could just get the
Or you
digital
could just get
for
the
only,
paper.
or you can get the digital for as little as $5 a year. No, $9.95.
$9.95, and it comes every 2 months, and it has a daily reading for each day, and it inevitably syncs up with whatever I'm going through.
And this one's great. It says, it's about giving. It was yesterday's, and it says, each of you must give as you have made up your mind, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver.
Yes.
And that's 2 Corinthians 9, chapter 9, verse 7.
Yes, and that's what we're here to talk about, is the joyful aspect of even this show. I had to really get into, why are we doing this show? Because we love to share it. We love to give it. All right? We love doing it. We love to laugh about it. Do we want to do the message?
Yeah, let's read that.
Okay. And
that is good, because we do have lots of positive letters.
Yeah, we got to get to the mailbag.
And we got gifts to open.
And we got a joke.
And
we often read from a version of the Bible called The Message, which is a modern translation.
That's right.
And
it was given to me by Sister Jennifer.
Yeah, we were looking for a Bible at that time that we could relate to and understand, and we tried a few different versions. And
then out the car window.
At our nice convent/bookstore down the road, one of the daughters of St. Paul, Sister Jennifer, came forth and said, "This is my favorite one, but I'm going digital."
So she gave it to me.
Yes, it's fantastic. So from The Message, it said, I want each of you to take plenty of time to think it over and make up your own mind what you will give. That will protect you against sob stories and arm twisting. God loves it when the giver delights in the giving.
Right. Means think about something you would really like to give, and it doesn't have to be an expensive gift.
Yes.
And the
it's so
magic,
true.
the energy is in that, and the recipient feels that.
Yes.
Sometimes it's just a little card.
Yes.
But that has something joyful that you found that reminds you of that person.
Yes. So,
All right. We got letters?
Should we go letters or joke first?
Okay. Joke and then viewer
A
mail.
quick joke, right? Where's the note sheet I gave you
I'm
for the
ready.
joke? So Darrell will play the part of students.
Yes. Students.
So
Okay.
a teacher goes around her class asking each of the kids what do they need at home. This is I think it's for Christmas, right?
Right. This is for Christmas
Yes.
gifts.
Okay. So the first kid says,
A computer.
the teacher replies, that'd be very useful.
A new lawnmower.
And once again, the teacher gives a similar response. That'd be useful as well. Then little Johnny pops up and says,
At my house, we don't need anything.
the teacher asks him to think again and then says carefully, come on, isn't there anything you need? Are you sure there's nothing you need at your home?
Nope, I'm sure.
How can you be sure?
Well, when my sister started dating a new age guru type, I remember Dad saying, well, that's the last thing we need.
Oh my goodness. Well, Gabby has been here today.
That's right.
She's actually sleeping there.
With our...
She pre-delivered our mail today. There's the supervisor, Mr. French. And there's our postal pit bull, Gabby.
Her moved to the side, and you could see him. There, that's Mr. French, our new studio manager, the little one.
Yep.
And I guess they feel confident that we're doing a good job.
Mr. French was a little salty that we opened up the studio
'cause
on
he
the
said-
holidays.
'cause he said this week was supposed to be his week off.
He said, I better be getting double time for this.
Yeah, and he's sleeping through it, too.
All right, so our first bit of mail.
That's right, we
Which
got-
is amazing.
Yeah, we do get mail, and we appreciate it. This is from Krista, and you say
I
it
think
better.
it's like Macavina.
Macavina. She's from Los Angeles,
Macavina.
and on beautiful stationery, by the way.
Yeah, and these little things, which are big things, mean a whole lot to us.
Yes, it does. This says, Dear Darrell and Ed, I wanted to wish you both a wonderful Christmas and again express appreciation for the work you do with Funniest Thing. I look forward to your podcast every week and so value all the real-life spiritual life lessons you share. I can tell that because of your show, I'm kinder to myself and hopefully am able to share that compassion with others.
Yes.
And then it goes on to say, with massive appreciation for how you two step out boldly to create the show. Krista.
Thank you so much, Krista. We appreciate that. We have another bit of mail here. We actually have one from Sandy Page.
That's right. And the Laughing Nun, by the way, is from Samoa.
Yes.
That's what we call her, the Hawaiian nun.
Oh, yes, the Hawaiian nun. So Sandy Page from Chicago said, so I'm listening to the show, and as usual, I start to relate fully in the first 5 minutes. It was almost to the point of thinking that the two of you know exactly what is going on with me personally that week and what I was thinking about. No kidding. Each of you have even used the exact phrases that were in my thought process when you describe what your thinking was like and what you did to correct the course of negativity. I'm really glad that I know both of you and am so very glad you continue to pass along your experiences on the show. Love you both. Big hugs. And then, by the way, congrats on the voiceovers, Darrell, and the possibility of being a host. That's awesome. And oh, I love the shout out too.
That's right. If you write us or send us a letter or suggestion or post on Facebook at our fan page, which is Funniest Thing with Darrell and Ed, we love to read your stuff on the mail.
Yeah.
We love to read your mail on the air.
Yeah, and your take on how you use the things that we talk about is fantastic.
Yes.
That really fires us up, and it just adds to the show in immeasurable ways.
What else do we have?
We have one from Sister Mary Leah Hill here.
Oh, that's a good one. This
you
one,
read
yeah,
that
this one said she was a guest on our show 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, she wrote a book called Prayer and You,
And the show was titled... What was
the
that
show
show
called?
titled? Well, it was 2 weeks ago. It was the one-
We'll get back to it. But it's called, her book is Prayer and You, Wit and Wisdom from a Crabby Mystic,
That's right. And it says, Dear Darrell and Ed, the feeling is mutual. Because I wrote her and said, thank
Yes,
you. We love
thank
you.
you.
Thanks for being on the show. It is always a treat to be on your show. I just wish the two of you could be more cheerful. Hee hee, she wrote. My wishes for a very blessed Advent and Christmas to you both and to your families. With love and prayers, Sister Mary Leah Hill.
Man, thank you, sister. We love you.
And now,
appreciate having you on the show.
for the moment we've all been waiting for, can you lift that by yourself?
I think I can
Gary and Mr. French had to carry
do it. We
this
got
out.
a beautiful box.
That's right.
Mr. French had to help out carrying this one, like you said. This one came... Where's this
From
one
Chicago.
From? Another one from Chicago. Chicago's been good to us, hasn't it?
That's right.
Yes, so this one is from the Henrys.
That's right.
Jen and Les Henry.
Whoa, look what we got here.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
What'd you get?
I got a letter.
What does that say?
I don't know, but it's on expensive stationery.
Wow.
Look at that. Northern University.
Okay, and what does it say?
Gorgeous. It says, Hi, guys. The toffee is from Terry's Toffee, a company founded by two members of Unity in Chicago. The coffee is from a small coffee place near our cabin in Three Oaks, Michigan. Enjoy. Love, Les, Jen, Faith, and Hope.
Yes, and they sent you a separate card, which I just want to show because it says, Greetings from Chicago.
Wow.
And it's beautiful.
Let's see what it says. I think you
Yeah,
got
you
one
can
too.
read through
The
that.
back says shifting the status quo. And in it says, oh, look at this. Enzo, Francis, Pina, and Sammy Davis. Oh, I'm reading it wrong. It starts here.
Oh, I see.
Darrell, first, you are awesome. Second, Merry Christmas. Faith and Hope send their love to Gabby, Mr. French, Enzo, Francis, Peanut, and Sammy Davis.
Aw.
We all send our love to you and Lori this Christmas season. Love, Les, and Jen. Thank you.
And then I got one that says, Season's Greetings from Andersonville.
Wow.
You can see that
I'm
there.
jealous.
And it says, Merry Christmas and Happy 2015. Ed, Les, and I send greetings and love to you, Jennifer and Elliot. Thank you for all the ways in which you bless your listeners throughout the year. Love, Les, Jen, Faith, and Hope. That's incredible that you took the time to do all this. Okay, well, this is fantastic. And
Until next time, thank
until
you.
next time,
For
thank you.
for being a part of Funniest Thing with Darrell and Ed, and we wish you and yours, whatever holiday you're
Yeah,
celebrating,
Merry
during this
Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa,
Valentine's Day, Festivus,
all of it.
Man's-Ear.
Yes. All right. Take care.
Message. Your message from